Hey guys, this is Joe with Algo Cleanup again, and in today's video I just wanted to show off a free governance spreadsheet that I put together that will help illustrate what rewards you can expect and what rewards you've received in the past. So without further ado, let's just jump right into it. So I'm going to embed this video into this article itself, but if we just come directly to this button, you can make a copy of the governance reward spreadsheet. When you click to make a copy, it just will pull up this screen, or you may need to sign into your Google account or your Gmail account, and then you can just make a free copy of the spreadsheet. So there's a couple things I want to just go over in the spreadsheet to make sure that all the different features are as clear as possible. So currently, right now, I have period 3 selected, and I have this Algo Cleanups project wallet in there for illustrative purposes. So under the period select, so just to start out, if you would like, you could start by renaming the spreadsheet something like Joe's Algorand Governance Tracker. And then if you wanted, you could delete Algo Cleanups wallet and just take that out. And you'll note that nothing has happened to the spreadsheet, just this one area for governance period 3, personal wallet. There's no address found because we don't have a wallet entered right now. So the first thing I wanted to just quickly demonstrate was how simple it was to switch periods. So as you select a different period, period 1, it will pull up the relevant information from that period. So we can see that the total committed algos was 1.7 billion in period 1. And we can see the reward pool was 60 million. The reward pool were the algos that were allocated by the foundation for this period. And this period was from October to December of 2021. And then this is the governance period ROI. So 3.51% for 3 months is really impressive. And what most people do is just multiply that number, this governance period ROI percentage, by 4 to get an annualized APR. But I actually think a better metric is annualized rate of return. And this just links out to an article that better explains what annualized rate of return is. But essentially, since there are 4 3-month periods in a year, I'm extrapolating out what you would earn if you were to reinvest your governance rewards 4 periods in a row. And that's the percentage we get here, that 14.81%. So period 1 had a really strong rate of return. We can easily click over to period 2, and we can see as the information loads, sometimes it just takes a second, 2.8 billion algos were committed during that period, but the reward pool was increased to 70.5 million algos. And again, the governance period ROI was 2.51, and that annualized rate of return was 10.41%. So this is really interesting information. You'll notice under the governance period number 2 details, we have a link directly to the governance period page. So that 2.813, we can see that's reflected right here in the total committed. And we can also see, and this again is just for period 2, the reward pool of 70.5, that is here as well. And the governors, 37,732, 37,223. Sorry, I just misspoke. 37,223. So this information actually is just being pulled in directly from Algorand Foundation's API. So that's what I really love about this spreadsheet, is all this information is actually being queried on the spot and then pulled into the spreadsheet. So it's a nice way to keep all this information accurate, and there isn't a third-party source trying to ensure that this information is accurate. It is actually just coming directly through an API connection. You'll note that the period status for period number 2 is closed. We already talked about the governor count. And then we can see important dates. When the period started, when registration ended. If you'll remember, for period 2, the foundation actually extended it 7 days. So that's reflected here as well. The voting start date, the voting end date, the number of topics or measures to be voted on, and then the period end date. So that's period 2. And if we just quickly click over to period 3, I just wanted to show some of the differences between a closed period and an active period. So the spreadsheet may take just a little time to actually query the information, but you can see here, this is an active period. We can see the number of governors, and we can see the governance period ROI and the annualized rate of return. And this period, governance period ROI percentage will actually change during an active period as the total committed algos drops. It decreases as other governors become ineligible, whether that's falling below their wallet balance or failing to vote. So it's a great spreadsheet to track past governance periods and track active governance periods, keep an eye on important dates. So that's one aspect that I really love about this spreadsheet. But the real meat of this spreadsheet, if we come and copy an Algo address, so I'm just going to copy the project's wallet address. And again, you can copy your own address. And once you make a copy of this spreadsheet, no one has access to it. So I can't see anything you're doing in the spreadsheet, just in case anyone's concerned about privacy. So if you just enter a wallet address directly into this cell, if we come over to this area, governance period number 3, personal wallet, this will just take a quick second to load. And I'm just going to spark the reload here. And once that reloads, we can see that this is a valid address. I can go directly to my governance page. So this is the page that shows what measures I voted on, how I voted. And this is a great thing to check during an active period to ensure that you've met all the requirements, that you can see how many algos you committed, and that you've actually voted on the different measures. So very, very, again, helpful to pull up past periods, how much was committed, how many rewards you received. And then you can even come to an active period, and I can see that it's a valid address. I can go to my governance wallet page. I can see how many algos were committed and see how 86.42 is how many are committed. And we can confirm that here by going directly to my governance page, 86.42. And if we come to our website, you can see there are actually 98 algos in that wallet. So it's really impressive how robust the governance API is and how many different areas and metrics you can query. And then here we are generating the rewards that we'll receive for this period. And one thing I would like to point out is I made this spreadsheet because I received I saw a lot of comments online talking about how they received less rewards between governance period number 1 and governance period number 2. And it seemed like there was just a bit of a misunderstanding of how these rewards are actually allocated. I think the foundation has done a great job of being very transparent. And this equation is actually extremely simple. So all this equation is to get your rewards down to the micro algo. We start by getting the governance period ROI, which is literally just dividing the reward pool by the total number of algos committed. And so once we have that percentage, all we then do is we multiply your committed algos, so that's 86.42, times that governance period ROI. We round that number down to 6 digits, and then we subtract 0.002, which is, I'm assuming, some transaction fees that the foundation is paying, that they take out of the rewards to send them. And so this number is exactly what you'll receive. So if you want to go back and check previous periods and previous governance period rewards, I encourage you to do so, because this equation is so straightforward, and I feel like I want to make sure that people understand the foundation really prioritizes transparency, and governance rewards are no exception to that. And then the final piece I wanted to just briefly mention in this video, I have some helpful resources here. Links to the Algorand governance page, to the foundation API documentation, to my website, and then also to Algorand stats, a great website to also track governance rewards on a more aggregate level. They do a great job of documenting how the rewards and total committed algos have changed over the period, and how individuals have voted, and the different makeup of the demographics of the wallet size and where the different wallets are voting. So really great website, another great addition to the ecosystem. Definitely encourage you to check that out as well. And then I also placed some example wallets in here. So we've already been looking at my project wallet, but I just picked a couple random wallets that became ineligible. This first wallet became ineligible because it fell below its commitment in period 2, and this other wallet failed to vote in period 2. So if we come back to the spreadsheet, we select period 2, and we replace the wallet, we can see that it's a valid address. We go to their governance webpage, but we can see that they're not eligible. Their commitment failed, and so they missed out on 0.24 algos. But if we go to their page, we can see they failed to vote. Oh, well, and they actually also, their balance fell below 10. So their balance fell below. And then on this wallet in that same period, they're not eligible because they incomplete vote. They failed to vote. So when we go and look, we can see that there it is, 0 for 1 on measures voted for. So I just wanted to illustrate a couple different examples, and that this is your own copy and you can make as many copies as you'd like. So feel free to click around. Feel free to leave any comments or reach out to me. I'm absolutely willing to help or try and pull in different metrics. I plan on updating this spreadsheet every period, governance period. So keep an eye out. And then just one tiny last little thing. If you want to just use the same spreadsheet you've created, it's going to be really simple. All you need to do is add any additional period to this column, and then it will be available in the drop-down select. And then once that happens, once the period 4 information has been released, like the web pages have been created by the foundation, this whole spreadsheet will continue to work as you would expect. So that is just a quick rundown. I hope this helps explain some of the governance reward structure, and I hope users find this helpful and a great way to track your wallet during current periods and track rewards from previous periods. So this is Joe with Algo Cleanup, and I hope you found this video useful. Have a great day.